Please give it up for Marli.
Good morning, AEE. Wow, I feel so honored to be here. I hear voices. Not the creepy sixth sense sort of voices, but those voices. Some of you might know what those are. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't know enough. Who the hell am I to be up here on this stage? Who the hell am I to be a social justice advocate, ally? And sometimes I believe them, which is probably why I love being inspired. I love coming to conferences like this and surrounding myself with like-minded people who inspire me to be a better person, who teach me. I love watching TED Talks and hearing amazing ideas from amazing people, because those voices are so powerful. It's like the inspiration helps to subdue and quiet those voices. Last summer, I was here in Portland, Oregon at a conference, and up on the stage, a speaker took the floor, and she said words that I will never forget, words that changed my life. And she said, "It's more important to take imperfect action than perfect inaction." I'm going to say that again for all of you out there who are writing those quotes down. Who are my quote people in the room? Yeah, yes. I collect quotes like people collect rocks or stamps or other innocuous objects. She said, "It's more important to take imperfect action than perfect inaction." And I was like, hold up. You want me to intentionally do something imperfectly, make a mistake, do something wrong, go the wrong way? My inner recovering perfectionist was like, I don't think so. Anybody other recovering perfectionists in the room? Yeah. And here I am at this conference for 3,000 entrepreneurs from around the world. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm working full-time at a university. But there was something pulling me forward, something that was calling me to be there. And so I listened to my heart, and I went. And as I heard her say those words, I realized something in that moment, that I was playing small. I was scared. See, what I really wanted, I wanted to leave the university, go out on my own, be a speaker, coach, do my own thing, but I was worried about what people might think or say. I was worried about doing the wrong thing. And I was getting in my own way, in a big way. And I felt so stuck, so alone, so scared, so unsure, that I actually hired a coach, paid them money for her to tell me that I had something valuable to offer to the world, because I didn't believe it in myself. Those voices of self-doubt are so powerful, which is why I love being inspired. And I'm here to tell you that inspiration without action isn't enough. This is called Activate. How do we activate the inspiration? Because on Monday or Tuesday, when you go back to work and nothing changes, then we've missed the whole point. Right? And I'm here to tell you that you have something uniquely valuable to offer the world. We all do. And as educators, so often we're holding up that mirror for other people to see it in themselves, to see their worth, their value, their beauty. And when we go home, sometimes we have a hard time remembering that we have that in ourselves too. And I oftentimes say, asking someone what their greatest strengths are is like asking a fish what it's like to be a really great swimmer. They're just like, hey, I'm just doing my thing, you know? And as I thought about this fish and our natural world, it made me think about this idea of biodiversity. And really the essence of that is that we need all of the things in order for all of the things to thrive. Just like we need all of you. And as I thought about our natural world and the animals that live in it, A fox isn't running around the woods being like, man, I wish I was an eagle. And an eagle isn't flying around being like, man, I wish I was a gazelle. And a gazelle isn't doing whatever a gazelle does, being like, man, I wish I was a flying squirrel. Even though flying squirrels are really cool. They're just doing their thing the best that they can. What would be possible if everyone in this room did their thing the best that they can? How would that change how you show up in your work, in your families, in your communities, with your partner? And I've realized that in order to take imperfect action, the first step is actually to acknowledge the gifts that you have to offer. Because once you start to take responsibility for that, then it's up to you to take those imperfect actions, to do something about it. So after hearing that quote from that speaker over a year ago, I started taking imperfect action. And I got my first ever paid speaking gig, and it was an anti-bullying keynote talk at a high school. And it was imperfect, because that is definitely not what I want to do with my life, but it got me an opportunity, and I said yes to that opportunity. And then I said yes to the next thing, and I spoke at a student leadership conference, and I planned retreats, and over the past year, after hearing those words, I've been able to get out of my own way. And it starts with acknowledging your gifts. And the second piece is honoring your values. My values right now are freedom, creativity, joy, connection. And while I love working in higher ed, it isn't allowing me to really fully embody the values that I have. And 2 weeks ago, I took the biggest imperfect action of my life, and I resigned from my full-time, stable, steady job. And it is terrifying. But that is my commitment to myself, is continuing to take those imperfect actions to move closer to what it is that I really want to create in the world, which is that everyone feels like they matter, that everyone feels like they have something to offer the world. And for all of you out there, my call to action to you today is to really think about, what is it that you really want? How have you been getting in your own way? How can you acknowledge the gifts that you have to offer the world, honor the values that you have, and take imperfect action? Because this is for you. The movers and shakers, the dream makers, the destiny creators, the Carhartt-wearing, backpack-toting, experiential educators. All of this is for you. You tightrope walkers, you wide-eyed wanderers, you open-hearted seekers of knowledge whose hands hold the very essence of what it truly means to be alive. Rolling over speed bumps, rewriting roadmaps, making new paths towards the future we are meant to create. This is for you, the ones who show up, who say yes, who are in this room, who are unable to shrink but sometimes do, because you might not know the right thing to say or the right thing to do. The silence is unbearable. The waiting is painful. There must be something else we can do. Because here's the thing. Every minute of every day is a moment where you could change the world. And if not the whole thing, at least someone else's, because there isn't just one world. There are 7 billion experiences of the world, and if you've changed one, well then you've changed the whole thing. For all of you out there waiting, what is it that you're waiting for? Now is the time, now is your time, so go out there, make waves, make art, make something better, make something beautiful. Don't hold back. It isn't about waiting for the perfect moment to have it all figured out. Trust me, no one does. It's about taking imperfect action right now. Standing up for something, for someone, for your dreams, for the adventure of being alive. This is for you, the movers and shakers, the dream makers, the idea innovators, the experiential educators. We are waiting for you.